Well, it is perhaps the best home field advantage in all of football, and certainly the loudest, as we welcome you to GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7, as it'll be the LA Chargers taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. Throwing first play is Herbert. His throw complete right side to the tight end Parham. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. This defense for the Chiefs, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
And Eckler is going to pick up a Chargers first down as he'll be brought down at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the option right, Herbert. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Well, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
Here's Herbert. He finds his target, Allen. Room to maneuver at the 35. And finally marked down at the 23. A big play there for L.A. 43 yards. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. Does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. On first down, Justin Herbert. Touchdown! Keenan Allen, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers are on the board first here on the road in Kansas City. Now, this is a crew, they've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really haven't. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Hey, ribble it. 15.
They run with a second-year man, Isaiah Pacheco. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Give all that credit defensively to Khalil Mack. A great stop in the backfield. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. To throw, it's Mahomes. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. When you talk about the defense for these Chargers, they are number 2 in the NFL against the run right now, Charles.
Now if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants them to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if they can get to him. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now here's Mahomes. And that is incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. Davis now to return it. So a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got him the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play in the football.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. And he'll get it inside the 35.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
2nd and 7, operating from the 34. Herbert now. Throw left side complete. That's Williams. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 21. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another 1st.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
Open man, it's Johnston. Touchdown, Chargers. From 21 yards away. And the Chargers lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
Kadarius Toney going to elect to bring this one out. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw caught by Toney. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here. 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Yellow.
Pacheco gets it up the gut. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say, they'll spot it right in midfield at the 50. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Tackle made there by the safety, Derwin James. But you talk about the defense for these Chargers. They are number 2 in the NFL against the run right now, Charles.
They've established themselves pretty well throughout this season, but boy, what a competitive group of people. They do not like that ranking they have now because they think that they're better, and they're out to prove it again in this game.
And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers 37. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
15. Come back. Easy. 15.
Now Mahomes. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
It already looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
A run by Pacheco on 2nd down. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive.
Easy. 15.
Again, it's Pacheco. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. They'll pass up a field goal attempt. It would have been a 45-yarder. Now they'll go for it on 4th. Mahomes going to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Andy Reid went for it, but it won't pan out. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. The Charger drive about to get going. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just now supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
Big stop from a guy who can bring a big hit, Nick Bolton.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Here's Herbert. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw here, Herbert. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 42.
It's a gain of 20. First down, Chargers.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL. Charger football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Justin Herbert looking to pass. He'll drop this one off to Eckler. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Herbert on 3rd down now. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Set.
Herbert operating from the red zone. That is caught inside the 5. And the Chargers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Eckler. Touchdown, Chargers. Just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that makes the score 21 to zip.
Chiefs, nothing.
The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
25-yard line.
Yellow.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse it. This is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
A give right side for Pacheco. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. And hold on here because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. On 4th down, Tommy Townsend to punt for Kansas City. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And the Chargers will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. The Charger drive about to get going. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
One play has them to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. And he'll find his man on the out route. That's Allen. Breaks through the contact. And he's going to be ridden out of bounds down inside the 25. A big play there for L.A. 41 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Give him maybe a yard. Quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. From the 21, here's the 2nd down and 9.
At the 21-yard line.
Herbert. Wide open receiver complete. And he doesn't quite make it. Taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
Los Angeles.
Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Austin Eckler, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers are able to add on to their first half lead. Well, you talk about a team coming into an opposing stadium and just taking the life right out of a crowd. That's what we're witnessing here. 27-0, Charles.
And this defense, they've just looked completely unprepared for what's been thrown at them. And you know they're supposed to adjust series to series. That has not happened for them, so I don't think halftime adjustments are going to help a heck of a lot. They are in major trouble unless they figure out something really fast.
Here's Tony to return it as he brings it out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Boy, that ball's just hanging up there waiting to be intercepted. That looked doomed from the start, but they took the deep shot anyway, and fortunately, it winds up incomplete.
Yellow.
2nd and 10. A man who re-signed with the Chiefs back in May. Here's Jerick McKinnon. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage.
Attack, attack! Attack!
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got this to the rookie, Rashee Rice. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Returnable here for Davis. That's a 49-yard punt, 8 though on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
Eckler now between the tackles. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Once more, here's Eckler. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41.
58 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry. And they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
Third and 4.
Crowd right, crowd right, crowd right. Home to troops right. Ready.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
Well, they've certainly spread the ball around so far, but they're definitely getting everyone involved now when you're throwing it to the fullback. Just shows how versatile this offense is and how everyone is a threat.
And good job of just fighting through one tackle there to pick up about 3. Second down coming up.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Second and 7.
Now it's Herbert. On the screen, this is Eckler. Gets around him. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Herbert setting up to throw on first down. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards on the play.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys...
And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown.
Austin Eckler
on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Chargers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And the route is on here in this first half. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away.
Here's Tony to return it as he brings it out of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now another timeout called for by the offense, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. They go play fake. Mahomes. A pass complete downfield. It's Valdez-Scantling. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. He got 29 yards that time. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
A 55-yard attempt.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in down. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, the good news, at least they won't take that goose egg into the locker room. Maybe a little something to build on.
Yeah, it hasn't been the greatest of first halves for them, has it? But at least now, as you mentioned, they put some points on the board. And it's been funny in our experience watching games. Sometimes something as little as a field goal can change the fortunes of the team, and they could come out and look real sharp in the second half.
So we have reached halftime. Intermission with the visiting Chargers on top. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Super Bowl champs trailing here, but they will get the ball first to begin quarter number 3. Here's Tony to return it as he brings it out of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
2 yards still to go. Third down now. Here's Mahomes to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. They give him 27 yards on the third down conversion. So from Charger territory now, here's a first and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Hey, 43.
Mahomes now to throw. He'll check this one down to Pacheco.
call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's second down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Ball on the 39. Here's the second down and 4. They run it with Pacheco from the gun.
And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. To throw, it's Mahomes. Got an open man, it's Valdez-Scantling. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Throwing now is Mahomes.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A well-executed 22-yard gain. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
56 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Mahomes going to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
2nd and goal from the 1.
Here's Pacheco.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown.
Isaiah Pacheco
taking it in from a yard out.
And the Chiefs get a bit closer.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And he gets it to go to make this a 35-10 score now.
Next to score, Chargers 35, Chiefs 10.
Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they get the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert.
He'll buy some time right. And he wisely will throw that one away. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert.
That is caught.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
It's a well-designed play here. 3 wide receivers in the formation. They're all going to run deep routes to put pressure on the safeties, and then they let their tight end cut his route off a little shorter and work toward the middle of the field. That's a difficult route to try to defend.
Chris Jones that time coming in with a tackle behind the line.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
Let's go, let's go. Hey, Kappa. Go.
Here's Herbert. He's airing it out for Williams. And this is going to be intercepted. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down. Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously for them it looks daunting. I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard trying to do too much. Because if you do that, you're all but guaranteed to start making mistakes. Just focus on one play at a time and make each one successful.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
And this is a situation where as a head coach you're just saying, what else could go wrong? Let's get it all out of our system, please. This has been a sloppy game throughout. The execution has been lacking. A lot of mistakes, both mental and physical. And here's a big play that goes by the wayside.
Looking for Kelsey on the deep ball. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Now it's Mahomes again. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And you can tell just by looking at him that this offense is a frustrated unit. Things are really unraveling here, and as a head coach, time to earn your paycheck. You've got to find a way to keep it together as that brings up another fourth down.
And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster. 2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. But I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
First down, and they stick with Eckler. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get us under a heavy rush, and down he goes. That was Nick Bolton rushing in and burying him behind the line. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Chargers on third down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19.
On the option, here's Eckler.
Shreds the tackle. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th. Here's J.K. Scott now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10.
At their own 19-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole. Mahomes' throw caught by Tony. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now Mahomes.
That one caught by Rice.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it's 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now Mahomes throwing on 2nd down.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
Concentration, so key on a ball like that. It's hard. I know how difficult it is, but that's a ball you've got to come up with. And instead, a big play is going to slip through their fingers, literally and figuratively.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now here's Mahomes. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now Mahomes got to have this one.
And he'll find the open man. That's complete.
He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10.
That's good for our Kansas City Chiefs.
And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows where to hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown.
Isaiah Pacheco.
His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game.
And the Chiefs are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that'll cut the lead down to 18.
Chiefs 17.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They're in control here as they start 1st and 10 and appearing to hit right in the ship following that 2-game losing streak.
And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one.
So 4th quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense, but yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. And he'll be
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
Herbert. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Look at the big man rumble. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Donald Parham, 74 yards. And the Chargers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter.
When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball has been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. That ball caught. It's Rice. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 29-yard line. And again, it's Mahomes. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, 0 nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Rice. And in for the Chiefs touchdown.
Rashee Rice with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Chiefs are able to cut into that deficit.
Butker now to add the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to 18.
Next to score, Chargers 42, Chiefs 24.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
It's been a dominant performance to this point, Charles, and this is probably exactly how they scripted this and envisioned it. They got a 3-score lead, 4th quarter, and a chance if they run to continue to pour it on here.
It is their call, isn't it? I mean, the way that they have taken on this game and the way that they have carried this game and have dominated this game, you're exactly right. Do what you want down the stretch. We are in the era of, hey, if you don't want us to do this to you, then you need to stop us. Their call to finish this one off.
On second down, here's Herbert. He finds his target, Allen. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 23 yards to pick up there. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
Up the middle with Eckler. And a lane slowly materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding, keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Eckler going to get it again on second down. And that's going to be good for a Chargers first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line. 122 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And they'll indeed take a knee. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And they take a knee. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And they will take a knee here. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. Just 21 yards on the punt there. And they will take over 1st and 10. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee.
380. Good out.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for LA, their good start continues.